What is going on, everybody, man? And today we are going to be making some beef skewers. Me and my wife was talking about it, man. We use steak whenever we do ours, but she was complaining, you know what I mean, well, not everybody can afford steak to do this, you know, blah blah blah. So basically what I'm going to show y'all is a cheap, easier way to do this. And right now is the prep for this, and we're gonna make sure we run through the things that we're gonna do. Okay, so now what we're gonna use instead of a steak to make it cheaper to use is we're gonna use a boneless chuck roast. Okay, and what you're gonna do basically is you're gonna square it up. Hopefully y'all can see all this, and we're gonna square it up. We need to trim some of this fat off first, is what we need to do. You always want to trim your fat when you're doing something like this. I jumped ahead of myself and didn't really do it, so we're gonna do it now. There's a layer of skin on these, you know, and just like with your steak, you're gonna want to cut some of that fat off when you're doing this. You're not really doing a, a steak that you're grilling, so you don't really want it to grill off. You're gonna want to go ahead and cut most of the chunks of it off. And as you can see, you know what I mean, there's big chunks of fat, you know, and even with your steak trimming, that's gonna be the same. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cube this up, square it up, and basically you're gonna trim this like this fat here. You're gonna get all this fat off, and basically you're gonna put it in like a bowl for marinating purposes, which we'll get to here in a second. And I myself here have, you know, 2 of these roasts, because we like to keep it, you know what I mean, even eat it later and stuff like that. So with that being said, what I'm going to show y'all now is some of the other stuff real quick, and I'll finish this up. But this is some of the other stuff we're going to use. Here we got these cherry tomatoes here, and basically what you're going to want to do with these cherry tomatoes is just cut them in half. That way some seasoning gets in them and you can spear them later. Okay, basically just cutting them in half, man, cutting them in half. And then we also over here, we'll do like 1 or 2 more just to show y'all, and then we'll run through it, because what we're going to do is we're going to marinate this first and let it just sit. I say let it sit for at least, you know, a good 3 hours before you do all that, and basically just let it run that way. And see how I'm doing this here is what you do is you just cut it in that length right there. That way you can skewer it and it'll sit on top of the meat and stuff. So I'm going to finish this little portion up here, and we're going to move forward with what we're doing on that. Okay, we got some red pepper in there, and basically these are just for looks, you know. So if you want to use a yellow pepper, you know, that is perfectly fine. If you want to use a green pepper, that's also fine. Basically these are just for looks, for the aesthetics of the video and stuff. So yeah, man, you can pretty much use whatever color pepper you want, man. You know, if you want to make it look pretty, you know, on the stick, you can go ahead and throw that on there, man. So yeah, we got our yellow pepper in there now. Now to do our green pepper, we got like I said before, man, I'm making this video, man, because I'm not gonna say his name, but a certain somebody made it a point to come on to Twitter and let me know that he voted for the beef secured, and they didn't win. So here it is, man. We're gonna do this because that's how I respect my boy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not gonna say his name though, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna do this for him and the rest of y'all, man. So I hope y'all enjoy. I really like cooking. You know what I mean? And for some reason, man, y'all actually like watching these. So you know what, man? We're gonna do some of them, man. We're gonna do, you know, different fucking different ones at different times, man. You know, I might make this like a little fucking series on here, you know, cooking with Lost or whatever. But what you're gonna want to do, man, is you're gonna see this onion here, okay? And you're gonna want to cut it pretty fucking thick, because you're gonna be skewering these with your skewers. So what you're gonna want to do is basically cut almost half of the onion. That way you got something decent to skewer, you know, to put your stuff on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw these bad boys in there and let them sit with everything else. And like I said, man, you're marinating all this together, man. When you do that, it lets the flavors get into each other. You know, you'll have some pepper flavor in there. You'll have some onion flavor. You know, a lot of people don't like onion, but listen, my old lady don't like eating onions, but she loves when I cook with the onion, just because it allows that flavor to get in and just makes it fucking downright delicious, man. Okay, so now we're not done, but for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna shorten it up here with all the prep and stuff like that. So now what we have here is French's Worcestershire sauce. And as you can see there, we're gonna use the shit out of this. I love this stuff. You know, we're just gonna fucking basically drown this shit. You know, make sure it's got a good bit. Cover it up. You know, you don't have to cover the whole thing. Just make sure you have a good bit in there. And, okay, I've told y'all before, man, I really fuck with different seasonings and stuff like that. And this is one of the seasonings here. It's called Gator Hammock Cooter Rub. You're right, I said Cooter Rub. As you can see, it says Cooter Rub. And we're going to season the shit out of this with it. And allow that to sit in there with that Worcestershire. And what we're going to do is we also, like I told you before, when I prep them steaks and stuff like that, use a little bit of this lemon pepper here, Lowry's lemon pepper. And we're going to cover that. Boom. And also, I'm looking for this McCormick's. Here it goes. This McCormick's Grill Mates Montreal steak, because we are making steaks, you know, fajita secures. Okay, now this is where the fajita part comes into this, man. And I know some of y'all are thinking, you know, fajitas are done in the oven and stuff like that. Well, basically all fajitas is a seasoning with either chicken or beef. The fajita comes from the seasoning pretty much. So what we got here is you give, you know, whatever fajita seasoning y'all like. I like this Old El Paso fajita seasoning, and you just dump this in here, and along with your Worcestershire sauce and stuff like that, that fajita seasoning will get on that shit and get all up in there and get it done, and get it done right, y'all. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna mix this up. Once I put everything in, put a top back on it and put it in the refrigerator for like 3 hours. Right before you're getting ready, whenever you do your grill, pull this out. You want this at room temperature, okay? You want it all at room temperature when you do it. That way, you also have your meat that's not cold and it goes straight onto the grill. Also, another tip, man, when you use wooden skewers, okay, like I have them here. I have my wooden skewers. What you're gonna want to do is you're going to want to soak these in water. That way when they get on the grill, they don't burn. You know, you can buy these at any, you know, food store or anything like that. You know, your neighbor grocery hood or whatever, you know, you can go in there and get those. All right, man. Make sure, you know, also, this is out for another person, man. Make sure after all the prep and stuff in between, you're washing your hands. You know what I mean? It's great to cook, man, but nobody wants to get sick off of cooking. All right, y'all. This is it marinated already now. So what we're gonna do first, man, is I'm gonna grab a tomato. I'm gonna baste my tomato all the way down to the bottom. You're gonna leave a little room right there like that. Okay. We're gonna get a piece of meat here. You want to cut it kind of small because what you're doing is basically making a fajita. So now we got this piece of pepper here. Throw another little piece of meat up on there. Then we're gonna go with a red pepper. Okay.
Don't forget an onion.
Then we're gonna take our onion. Okay. And then we're gonna take another piece of meat. Boom. Okay. Well, you can do it any way you like. A lot of people, you know what I mean, do it different ways. I'll show you another way to do it here. Right after this one I get done. And then we'll do another one the way I actually like to do it. So we're gonna run this one through and okay, maybe not. Alright, there we go. Run that one through. And we'll put a piece of red pepper. You know what I mean? Piece of onion. All this, man, whenever it gets done, it's gonna cook about the same time. So you know, you're just gonna run it and run it and run it like that. And as y'all can see, man, I like cooking, like I've said, and you know, a lot of people enjoy the cooking that I do and stuff like that. So man, we throw down at my house, man. We cook like a motherfucking boss here. And then we're gonna just finish this up with a nice piece of yellow here. Then I just like to lay them over here, I mean, in the pan. Alright, the next one I'm going to show you how I like to do them. Okay, we're going to start off with a tomato. Okay, I'm going to go with a green piece of pepper. Go with my piece of meat. Okay, then I'm going to go a yellow pepper. Give me a piece of onion here. Come on, Barry, where the onion at? There we go. Piece of onion. Okay. And then we got one last thing, which is the red pepper. And then I'm going to start this whole process over again. A tomato. Green pepper. Piece of meat. Then we're going to go yellow pepper. Then we're going to go our onion. Find our onion. Okay. And then you're just going to keep repeating that process all the way down. That way you got a little bit of everything on one skewer and a whole lot of nothing. You know what I mean? Not nothing, but a whole lot of one thing and not something else. It all depends on if that's what you like. If you like, you know what I mean, just the meat and the pepper and stuff like that, that is completely fine. But for me, I like a little bit of everything, yeah. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm gonna do mine. And we'll catch y'all whenever we get on the grill. Just with the steak as well, you never want to put it on there where it's still flaming, okay? So these are the ones we got ready. And what we're gonna do is just lay them across there. And if you listen closely, you can hear that. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that hot. That way we know that motherfucker is cooking. You know what I mean? Now this one here, you know what I mean? That one's all meat. You know what I mean? All meat. You know what I mean, guys?
It's so gross.
That was kind of gross because that one was But yeah, man. So we're gonna get these going, and whenever I pull them off, man, we're gonna do a little something too. You know what I mean? All right, guys, check those boys out. See how y'all like them, man. And yeah, so these motherfuckers been on and cooking, man. And I'm trying to tell you right now, these boys, man, are fucking done. These boys are fucking done. So basically, man, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these on off, and we're gonna go ahead and put these boys on some motherfucking tortillas, the same way you do fajitas. It's the same, man. You know what I mean? These are just fucking yummy to my tummy, bruh. You know what I mean? Fat man knows food, and y'all know I'm a fat man. So yeah, like I said, man, these boys are fucking officially done. It's a wrap, man. You don't want to let them cook too fucking long, you know what I mean? Because then you'll have burnt vegetables and stuff like that. So make sure you watch them. Make sure you time. What I'm gonna do, man, is I like mine a little different than my wife and my daughter. So what I like to do is I already got my tortilla cooked here. We're just gonna mush that shit right off onto it. As you see, I'm a little bit sloppy. So yeah, we're gonna have this here like this, man. Just spread it out on there, okay? And then what I like to do is I like to take and give me some sour cream. I don't eat much on mine. Take me some sour cream here. Put me a couple dabs to do it. Steak sauce. Sometimes, hell, I even use ketchup. The old lady likes to use taco sauce. And we put cheese on them sometimes. And but this one here, man, I'm gonna leave it original. And this video was made for somebody special because they personally hit me up, made sure they knew what they voted for. So I am the legend of fajitas.
Not sour cream everywhere.